Srinandanandana Abhaya Charanara Vindare Sita Tapa Vatavarishana Edina Jamini Jagire Tapa Vatavarishana Edina Jamini Jagire Vifale Sevin Kripana Durjana Edapala Sukhalabha Lagire Vifale Sevinu Kripana Durjana Chapala Sukhalabha Lagire Edhana Yohana Putra Parijana Ite ke ache parati tire Edhana Yohana Putra Parijana Ite ke ache parati tire Kamala dala jala Jivan tala mala Bhajahu hari padani tire Jivan tala mala Bhajahu hari padani tire Kamala dala jala Jivan tala mala Bhajahu hari padani tire Kamala dala jala Jivan tala mala Bhajahu hari padani tire Shravana Kirtana Smarana Vandana Pada Sevana Dasare 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 Pujana Sakhi Jana Atmanivedana Govinda Das Abhilashe 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 Bhajahu re mana Srinandanandana Abhaya Charanara Vindare Bhajahu re mana Srinandanandana Abhaya Charanara Vindare Dulabha Manava Janam Satsange Tarahu re Bhava Sindhure Dulabha Manava Janam Satsange Tarahu re Bhava Sindhure Tarahu re Bhava Shri Govinda Das Kaviraj ki jai. We read the translation of this. Krishna. No problem, I do. So this is the prayer to the mind, where Shri Govinda Das Kaviraj is praying to the mind. Oh my dear mind, please worship Sri Nandanandana, and by worshipping him, you will be fearless. And he's emphasizing the importance of human life, that how human life is so rare. And in this rare human life, there's a chance where we can cross this ocean of repeated birth and death. So worship and think about Lord Nandanandana. He is telling that day and night I remain sleepless, suffering the pains of heat and cold, wind and rain. For what? For just a flickering happiness. And I have uselessly served wicked and miserly men. He is telling about what assurance of real happiness is there in Yavan, Putra, Parijana or Dhana, that is wealth, youthfulness, son, family members. These are just like, this life is just like a drop in the water of a lotus petal. Anytime we can lose it. So therefore you should always worship the divine feet of Lord Hari. And then in the last he shares about the 9 processes of devotional service, that we should always be engaged in them. Ribo, so Sri Govinda Das Kaviraj ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Can you remind me briefly who is Govinda Das?
Oh, I also don't know about his characteristics much, but this is the most famous song by him. Yeah, Govinda Das Kaviraj. Yes. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudiraye Nashta Prayesha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavad Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhakti Bhavati Neshtaki. Hare Krishna. So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam. Today is the 8th canto, chapter 12 and verse 22. Let's start with prayers. Om Agyantimirandhasya Yananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Nama Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padkamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamsha Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Shri Mate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschat Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhayeva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So we are reading the 8th canto, chapter 12, and it's entitled Mohini Murti Bewilders Lord Shiva. Today's verse is 22. So let's recite today's verse. Tam Vikshya Deva iti Kanduka Leela Yesha. Tam Vikshya Deva iti Kanduka लीलयेषत्
Tam vikshya deva iti kanduka lila yeshat.
तां वीक्ष्यदेव इति कण्डूकलीलस्यात्
Tam vikshya deva iti kanduka lila yeshat.
वृदास्फुतस्मितस्पृशिष्टकटाक्षमुष्टा
Vridas putasmita visrishta katakshamushta.
स्त्रीप्रेक्षणप्रतिसमीक्ष्य विफलात्मा
Sri Prekshana Prati Samikshana Vivatatma.
स्त्रीप्रेक्षणप्रतिसमीक्षण विफलात्मा
Sri Prekshana Prati Samikshana Vivalatma.
नात्मानमनि अन्तिक उमां स्वगणांश्च वेद
Natma namanti kaumam svaganamscha vedam.
तां वीक्ष्य देव इति कण्डूकलीलयेषत्
Tam vikshya deva iti kanduka lila yeshat.
वृदास्फुतस्मितविशिष्टकटाक्षमुष्टा
Vridas putasmita visrishta katakshamushta.
स्त्रीप्रेक्षणप्रतिसमीक्ष्य विफलात्मा
Sri Prekshana Prati Samikshana Vivalatma.
नात्मानमन्तिक उमां स्वगणांश्च वेद
Natma namanti kaumam saganam shaveda.
तां वीक्ष्य देव इति कण्डूकलीलयेषात्
Vikshya deva iti kanduka lila yesha.
वृदास्फुतस्मितविशिष्टकटाक्षमुष्टा
Vridas krutasmita visrishta katakshamushta.
स्त्रीप्रेक्षणप्रतिसमीक्षण विफलात्मा
Sri Prekshana Prati Samikshana Vivalatma.
नात्मानमन्तिक उमां स्वगणांश्च वेद
Natma namanti kaumam saganam shaveda.
Quite difficult. So, word for word. Tam,
Tam,
her.
her.
Viksha,
Vikshya,
after observing.
after observing.
Deva,
Deva,
Lord Shambhu.
Lord Shambhu.
Iti,
Iti,
in this way.
in this way.
Kanduka Leelaya,
Kanduka Lilaya,
by playing with the ball.
by playing with the ball.
Ishat,
Ishat,
slight.
slight.
Vrida,
Vrida,
by bashfulness.
by bashfulness.
Asphuta,
Asputa,
not very distinct.
not very distinct.
Smita,
Smita,
with smiling.
with smiling.
Vrishishta,
Visrishta,
scent.
scent.
Kataksha Mushta,
Kataksha Mushta,
defeated by the glances.
defeated by the glances.
Stri Prekshana,
Stri Prekshana,
by glancing at that beautiful woman.
by glancing at that beautiful woman.
Prati Samikshana,
Prati Samikshana,
and by constantly being watched by her.
and by constantly being watched by her.
Vivla Atma,
Vivala Atma,
whose mind was agitated.
whose mind was agitated.
Na,
Na,
not.
not.
Atmanam,
Atmanam,
himself.
himself.
Antike,
Antike,
situated nearby.
situated nearby.
Umam,
Umam,
his wife. Mother Uma.
his wife, Mother Uma.
Swaganamscha,
Svaganancha,
and his associates.
and his associates.
Veda,
Veda,
Lord Shiva could understand.
Lord Shiva could understand.
Translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. While Lord Shiva observed the beautiful woman playing with the ball, she sometimes glanced at him and slightly smiled in a bashfulness. As he looked at the beautiful woman and she watched him, he forgot both himself and Uma, his most beautiful wife, as well as his associates nearby. Purport. The material bondage of this world is that a beautiful woman can capture a handsome man, and that handsome man can captivate a beautiful woman. Such are the affairs that began when Lord Shiva observed the beautiful girl playing with the ball. In such activities, the influence of Cupid is very prominent. As both parties move their eyebrows and glance at one another, their lusty desires increase more and more. Such reciprocations of lusty desire took place between Lord Shiva and the beautiful woman. Even though Uma and Lord Shiva's associates were by Lord Shiva's side, Such is the attraction between man and woman in the material world. Jai Shri Shri Nitai Sachisata Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Parisishwara Ki Jai. Shri Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maharani Nrsingadeva Ki Jai. Gaur Premanand. We continue. Lord Shiva, such is the attraction between man and woman in the material world. Lord Shiva was supposed to be above all this attraction, but he was victimized by the captivating power of Lord Vishnu. Rishabdev thus explains the nature of lusty attraction. Om Sam Sriya Methuni Bhavametam Tayor Mitho Hida Granthi Mahu Ato Griha Sheta Sutapta Vitte Janasya Moho Yamaham Mameti. The attraction between male and female is the basic principle of material existence. On the basis of this misconception, which ties together the hearts of male and female, one becomes attracted to his body, home, property, children, relatives, and wealth. In this way, one increases life's illusions and thinks in terms of I and mine. When a man and woman exchange feelings of lust, both of them are victimized, and thus they are bound to the material world in various ways. Hare Krishna. So today's verse is no preparation, but I will try my best. So it's actually the basic principle of this material world, attraction between male and female. Prabhupada says that there is a theory which says that by an economist who says that the basic impetus of working in the material world is the sex desire, or the desire to lord it over, not just the sex desire, the desire to lord it over the material nature, or I am the Purusha, I am the enjoyer. And that is the basic desire which keeps us bound in the material world, birth after birth. Maybe it's initially in the form of when a child is a small child, he wants to enjoy or grab things, but as he grows up and he becomes a youth, and it manifests in the form of desire for having the association of opposite sex, and later on also in the life there is so many desires which one have to enjoy and to lord it over the material nature. Actually, the paradigm of material world is completely opposite to what Shastras is teaching us and what the spiritual paradigm or way of life is. Spiritual way of life is completely based on the principle of attitude to serve, where we are always considering ourselves as servants. However, the material way of life is one keeps himself as the center of everything. So one thinks that I am the doer, or I am the enjoyer, or I am the Lord of what all I survey. I am the Lord. So if one is the center, then one thinks that how I can enjoy and how it can satisfy me. So, and this is the principle which we see as in the material world. People conduct their life on. However, as devotees, our principle is that we keep Krishna in the center. Here, Prabhupada quotes a verse specifically, and in the chapter also there is a talk mostly about Mohini Murti bewildering Lord Shiva. So we can talk about how the lust is also capturing and keeping the people bound in this material world. However, the point which I am talking is that this all starts with the basic desire of lording it over in the material nature, where one considers himself the center. I am the center. But as devotees, what we do is we always keep Krishna in the center of all our activities, of all our thoughts and all our existence in the world. We have to be very careful as devotees, because this desire to lord it over, this material energy of the Lord is very powerful, and we are not very sincere. So this powerful nature, material nature, the power of the Maya, the illusory energy, even as devotees also, we can become bound if we think in the terms of I, me and mine, even in the fold of devotional service. So we have to be very careful and watch out for it. Prabhupada talks about that how the man-woman attraction keeps one bound in the material world. Then and it expands. Anything in this material world, it's easy to get in, but if you get in, then it's very difficult to get out. Srila Prabhupada was once walking near a beach, and a disciple said to him, Prabhupada, it looks so wonderful to see these waves. Oh, it's so nice. Prabhupada says that it looks only beautiful from a distance. So material world looks very beautiful from a distance, but if you go near, it can bind you. So it is a very rare chance which we have got in this human form of life. Oftentimes we forget it during our day-to-day devotional service. We tend to become mechanical. However, we should understand and think about it. Srila Prabhupada in one lecture was sharing that one should sit down and think, who am I? What I am doing? How can I come out of this birth, old age, disease and death? This is reality, we are going to die one day. It's going to be very soon, sooner than what we think, because we have so many plans to enjoy in this world. But death is going to come, and the inevitable hand of death. Of course, we need not be paranoid, but we need to prepare for that ultimate end. And when is the preparation? Not just before the examination, but during the whole life we have to do that. And that examination can come at any moment. So we have to be very mindful of this fact that human form of life, every moment which we have got, especially in Krishna consciousness, after coming to Krishna consciousness, it's very valuable, it's very precious. Srila Prabhupada quotes Chanakya Pandit, where he says that Ayurapi Shanunopi, that, I'm sorry, I cannot quote it clearly, but Prabhupada, I'm paraphrasing, Prabhupada says that, Chanakya Pandit says that even if you give the whole koti wealth of this world, still you cannot bring back even a moment lost. So today is 23rd of February 2024, and it's time is 8:36 a.m. Can you bring back 8:35 a.m. even if you give anything of this world? How precious is this time, every moment in this human form of life? So what we can do so that we can utilize this precious human form of life in the best possible way? What we can do? That's the question of an intelligent person. And that is devotional service. In devotional service, we have got a chance to once and for all stop this material existence. And the root of this material existence is being discussed here. And root is the sex desire, or basically the desire to enjoy. Sex desire is not just the desire to have association of the opposite sex and the activities thereafter. Sex desire is actually the desire to enjoy separate from Krishna. We enjoy in, Prabhupada says, our devotees, we enjoy in keeping Krishna in the center. And Krishna in the center, that's actually real enjoyment, real bliss. Because God is the enjoyer. And when we try to enjoy, it's like enjoying in a diseased state. When a person, he is diseased, and you try to give him, there's a story actually. A small boy, he was diseased, and he had a sister. So sister was little bigger, and her mother told sister that don't give anything to this boy. I'm preparing nice stuffs. There was Diwali or some festival, but don't give him because he's ill, he's diseased. But the sister was feeling compassionate. Oh, I'm taking so nicely, but my brother is not able to take. So out of compassion, she just gave to his brother. And what happened? Her brother's disease increased, because in a disease position, if you try to enjoy, the disease will increase, further aggravate, Prabhupada says. In a disease condition, if somebody tries to enjoy, it will further aggravate. So what is the disease one can think of? What is the disease which we have? This is the disease. The disease is the desire to keep oneself in the center and try to enjoy. This is the disease of the material world, and we have to come out of it by keeping Krishna in the center and trying to come from the attitude to enjoy to attitude to serve. There is a difference between spiritual life and the material life. In material life, we simply try to enjoy, and in spiritual life, we simply try to serve. So regarding the attraction of the male and female, let us talk about it also. So Prabhupada is telling that male and female attraction is so strong, so strong. By the example of Lord Shiva, he's teaching us that how even you are so big dhira like Lord Shiva, still if Lord wants, or if the material energy wants, they can bewilder you. Of course, for an example of Lord Shiva, he was not bewildered by material energy. Hare Krishna. He was not bewildered by material energy, but he was actually bewildered by the internal potency of Krishna, who was internal potency of Krishna actually. Actually, Krishna himself took the form of Mohini Murti. Otherwise, Shiva is one of the Shiva is actually the greatest devotee. Vaishnavanam Yatha Shambhu. So Shiva is the best devotee, is always remembering, always in the thoughts of Krishna. So Shiva, how can he be bewildered? Because it is said by Krishna himself that this is the remedy of lust. If you simply think about me, if you engage your senses in me, then you can then you can cross over this ocean of this very difficult, very powerful material energy. Devi Esha Gunamai Mama Maya Durattaya Mam Eva Prapadyante Maya Mitam Taraddite. So Mam Eva Prapadyante, if you surrender it to me, surrendering, what is surrender actually? We'll talk about it later, but we were just seeing that how this material energy, the lust actually binds us to this material world. It's the most powerful eternal enemy of a sadhaka. Yes. So Srila Prabhupada also shares about it, that in the material world, for a sadhaka, this is the most dangerous enemy of lust. How we can transform lust into love is a great, actually important subject matter which every sadhaka should think about. Lust can be transformed into love, as Prabhupada shares, when we keep ourselves out from when we keep ourselves not at the center, but Krishna is the center of our activities. What does keeping Krishna in center of our activities means? That whatever we think, whatever we do, we tend to always be conscious of the fact that what will please Krishna, not what will please me. For example, getting up early in the morning, let's say. So generally, our if we are not mindful, our generally our way of thinking is that, okay, I'm tired, so let me sleep today. But if one is Krishna conscious, one will think about, oh, Krishna is coming. I have to take darshan of Krishna, I have to do service to Krishna. So let me get up, although I don't want to. Okay, my senses are not liking it, but let me do it because I want to please Krishna. What will please Krishna? Radhanath Maharaj says that easy or difficult should not be the consideration. The consideration should be at what is right. What is right? And what is the definition of right and wrong? Right and wrong definition is given in the Shastras from the words of Guru and Sadhus. They teach us what is right and what is wrong actually. That's where our definitions come from. So we should, this is one of the meaning of how we can understand that keeping Krishna in the center of our activities. Okay, so Prabhupada is also sharing about how the Cupid is actually, Cupid is very prominent, and whenever there is a boy and girl, there is a great attraction between them, and one is victimized by the captivating power of Maya. Actually, Maya is so powerful. Maya is so powerful that even though one knows what is right and wrong, is in Bhagavad Gita there is a verse which says that even of the intelligent people, they become bewildered, and they lost their memory, and they lost the discrimination of what is right and what is wrong due to the influence of material energy. It's so powerful. So we need to keep guard. We need to introspect, and we need to always be very conscious. There's this sort of society Prabhupada named as International Society of Krishna Consciousness. So we need to be very conscious of what is going on in our mind, how we are acting, and how we are actually trying to please Krishna through our activities, not trying to please us. It's very difficult oftentimes. We see the example. I was just hearing the story of Ramayana. So in Ramayana, I see so many times the characters, like for example, Lord Ram. Although he's Lord, but he's playing the part of ideal son. So let's see that example where Lord Ram, although he could have accepted the kingdom back when Bharat came, and even Vashishta and all the rishis, they were saying that you can take the kingdom back, but Ram was so fixed in his resolve to do the right thing, to do the right thing always. So even though it may be very difficult or it may be painful, so in our lives also, we can see in the lives of Pandavas, we can see in the lives of the Acharyas, it has always been their focus that they did not tend to tend to give in to the popular opinions. They whatever they had taken a resolve, they had always kept by it, and even in the greatest of the difficulties and tragedies, Prabhupada says that the greatness of a person can be known by the ability to tolerate provoking situation. And of course, uh, if there is no character, there is what is the meaning of your philosophy? Prabhupada says. So actually, the character of a devotee uh, amidst the provoking situation is being tested, and one needs to be very faithful to the ideals one is being practiced. So oftentimes in every sadhaka's life, as one grows, there will be tests by the material energy, Maya. It's her way of working. She tests the sincerity of each one of us. Actually, our mission is very big. Our mission is to go back home, back to Godhead. Our mission is to become lovers of Krishna. Our mission is to become mad after Krishna, mad after Madan Mohan. Bhakti Tirth Maharaj used to say this. Madan Mohan, we have to become mad after lordships. Otherwise, you'll become mad after Maya. It's as simple as that. Unless we consciously try to become mad, and how we can become mad, it's not like artificial imposition on the mind. It's actually awakening the dormant love which we have for the Lord, as we learn from the Shastras, as we can experience by practicing Krishna consciousness. Sometimes Krishna gives that glimpses of intense attraction for him, and the Shastras teach us that that every jiva has so much love for the Lord, and that love can be awakened when when we try to put Krishna in the center in all our activities from the day to the night. We can observe us that how we are trying to do the devotional service, devotional processes. Uh, and when we are trying to keep Krishna in the center day after day, month after month, year after year, it will help us to 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 prepare ourselves for the ultimate end. And it's very uncertain. Govindas Kaviraj says, Kamala Dalajal Jivana Talmala. Kamala Dalajala Jivana Talmala. Anytime that moment can come where death can strike, and are we ready for the next destination? I mean, we can ask ourselves how much ready we are. We are going to go. What type of consciousness we have. Uh, so actually, any sincere sadhaka will feel that one is not ready, and one has to do a lot of endeavors of course, everything does not depend on endeavor. Also, there is Krishna's mercy which can do wonders and miracles, even for unqualified person like us. But on our part also, to attract Krishna's mercy, to attract Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu's mercy, we need to do our best endeavors to please them. And in this short life, we were being so fortunate actually to get the shelter Actually, first Sanatan Goswami explains, I mean, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explains to Sanatan Goswami that human form of life is so rare. Among the human also, there are so many people who are uncivilized, civilized, and even among the civilized, there are people who have so many, who are atheist and theist, and even among the theists also, there are so many branches, and even among the devotees also, there are so many types of sampradayas. In that sampradaya also, actually, it's so rare that one has Chaitanya Mahaprabhu coming himself, giving what was not given any time earlier. It was even gupta, or it was even hidden in the shastras also, this love of Godhead. And so it's so rare fortune to at least to come in this sampradaya and to get the access to actually receive this and to actually become mad for Krishna. That's what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has taught us. So, and what to say after Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went, and after that, 200 years after that, everything becomes topsy-turvy, and there were so many sampradayas. But Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he came and re-established everything, made everything proper, standardized, and so wonderfully explained. For Bhaktivinoda Thakur, you can imagine, just to get Chaitanya Charitamrita for Bhaktivinoda Thakur, it took so many years, just 2 years for getting just Chaitanya Charitamrita, and we are it's so easily available to all of us. It's sometimes we take it cheaply, sometimes we take it for granted. We can just open Chaitanya Charitamrita in 1 second in our mobile, but Bhaktivinoda Thakur, it took 2 years actually, even for small things. Actually, when we can take it seriously, when we know its value. But people of the older times, they knew the value of the things. They knew the value. Now we can go to Vrindavan, just take a flight, but people used to walk for days and days, and they understood the value of the darshan, Dham darshan and everything. So I was talking about we should be grateful, and how after Bhaktivinoda Thakur also, people did not have could not take it seriously. But when Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur came, and he very nicely institutionalized and gave Krishna consciousness, then it was spread. Still, after that, Prabhupada and Prabhupada's mercy, we are getting and after that, the acharyas whom we are in connection with. So we should be very grateful of whatever we are getting of whatever we are getting. Actually, is so rare, and in this rare human form of life, to get Krishna consciousness, to get association of devotees, to take prasadam, to chant. Actually, even the smallest of the things are so rare, and we should be grateful about them. And that gratefulness will help us practice our devotional service with great intensity, and we can be indifferent, or we can be unaffected by this pullings of the material world in the form of attraction for the opposite sex, which is being talked about here, which is so strong that even though one knows, there is a verse which says that Pashyan api na pashyati, even though seeing, one cannot see. So we can pray. Actually, prayers play a very important part in the life of every sadhakas. We have Shravanam, we have Kirtanam. Everything starts with Shravanam. When we hear, then we can think about it and we can speak about it. And then the third process is Vandanam, that is prayer. Kirtana, Smarana, Vandana. Yeah, Vandana, prayers, fourth process. So prayers, who is the person which signifies prayers? Do you remember? Who prayed? Prahlad Maharaj? Prahlad Maharaj remembered. Prayers, I think, is embodied by whom? Who prayed to the Lord? Kunti Maharani. But I know, I don't remember who is the one who prayed to the Lord. Like Shravan is Pradikshit Maharaj, Kirtanam is Sukdev Goswami, Dasyam is Hanumanji, and Vandanam, Smaranam is Prahlad Maharaj, and Vandanam, I don't remember. So Akrura, I think, because Akrura, when he went to Vrindavan, he was praying to the Lord. Anyways, so we should try to apart from our devotional endeavors, devotional practices, we should try to pray to the lordships for their mercy, because prayers play a very important part to attract the Lord's mercy. And what we can pray, of course, we can pray our prayers. Our prayers, we don't know anything actually, but just like a baby, when he speaks, then whatever he speaks, it's pleasing to the mother and father, even though it's not. Sometimes we see devotees, their children, they speak and the mother says, "Oh, he said Prabhupada." So it's like so much pleasing to the mother and father, the small broken words of the child. Similarly, we don't know anything. Whatever we pray is like broken words, but it's pleasing to the Lord. We should try to pray. And these prayers from the Acharya, especially in the form of the Vaishnava song bhajans, are very important meditation. And Prabhupada says that they are non-different from Shastras. Especially Narottam Das Thakur is having so many bhajans. Today we sang Bhajo Re Man. So these prayers, and tomorrow is actually Narottam Das Thakur's appearance day. So we can actually repeat these prayers in front of the Lord, and it can be a very good meditation to safeguard ourselves from these onslaughts of material energy in the form of lust, especially being talked about here. Okay. Yes. So we can end here. Maybe anyone has any query or comment or question. Of course, you were not here, but anything. Because here we read translation again so that you can know what was talked about. While Lord Shiva observed the beautiful woman playing with the ball, she sometimes glanced at him and slightly smiled in bashfulness. As he looked at the beautiful woman and she watched him, he forgot both himself and Uma, his most beautiful wife, as well as his associates nearby. So actually it's being talked about that although Lord Shiva is so much dhira, he had so much tolerance and so much self-control and sthita pragya, but his wife, beautiful wife, was there, and associates also was there, but he forgot everything. And Prabhupada goes in how to explain that how is the power of lust, man and woman, and he explains that how I, me and mine, janasya mohoyam aham mameti. When one thinks that I am the enjoyer, then this is the root cause of repeated birth and death. And yeah, so the lusty desire, how Cupid is very prominent, and he was talking about all these things. And he quoted one very important shloka which says that there's the attraction between man and woman, and this is the basic principles of the material existence. And on the basis of this misconception, one ties together one's heart with the male and female, and one become attracted to the body, and then atah graha shitra sutapta vitte. It's a very famous verse, maybe you know. Pumsam stri mithuni bhavametam tayor mithok hriday granthim mahu ato griha kshetra sutapta vitte janasya mohoyam aham mameti. Rishabdev prays, very famous. You can remember this. So he says that home, property, children, relatives, wife and wealth, one becomes attracted. And in these illusions of life, of course this is reality, but actually illusion also, both things. So he says that in this life's illusion, one thinks in the terms of I and mine. Acha, ye mera, this is my son, my wife, or my children. And Prabhupada says that it's a temporary life, and it's like this, and it's gone. Of course, we think that it will go on forever. I mean, when we are in this situation, we think that things will be like this forever, okay? But Prabhupada says it's like a bubble, and for some time, one grass and another grass, they come together. Oh, we are husband and wife, or whatever we are, family, this, that, and then they go away in their own paths, in the water, in the ocean. So it's for some time they are there, and then we go away. But one identifies so much that one I mean, one missed the so sacred and rare chance of perfecting one's life just by being engaged in these affairs. It's very difficult for the outside people to understand, but actually, uh, if we see from the eternal point of view, it's for some point, and it is a Shastric shloka actually, which says that in the ocean there are two grasses which come together for some times and it go away. You know this shloka? It's very important, a very nice shloka, which says that I also don't know, two grasses come together for some time and then. So one becomes so much illusioned, okay, this is it, this will be forever. But Prabhupada, when he was in Vrindavan, he was praying, he wrote a poem which called Vrindavan Bhajan, very famous. In Leelamrit it comes, we can read it. So Prabhupada says that, uh, where are my sons, my grandsons, my wife? Is actually the list of names. Where is my father? Where is my mother? Actually, it's a because I don't have money. They have forbidden me because I don't have money and I don't have anything. I, I identify so much with my family, this, that, but so we sang a song also. Govindas Kaviraj sang, Edhana Yavan Putra Parijan, Iteke Ache Pariti Tire, Kamala Dala Jala, Jivana Talaman. It's Kamala Dala Jala. Kamala means a lotus flower, in that a water droplet. It can go anytime. And there's so much identification. Oh, I am this son, I am this wife, I am this, that. So, of course, to have a harmony, to live in the society properly, we need to have this relationships or the family, because everyone cannot be a monk or a brahmachari, but we have to live in the ashrama. But internally, we should be very conscious of this fact. We should externally show affection, but internally we should be conscious that it's not eternal. It's going to the things are going to change, and if I don't prepare now, then we don't know such mercy will be available next time or not. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu coming, Krishna coming, Prabhupada, and such pure Guru Maharajas and their association of Vaishnavas. Whatever may be the difficulty, whatever may be the external difficulty in the form of very less devotees or no prasadam or very difficult situation, but think about the opportunity which we have. So we should always try to think about the positives rather than focusing us on the negative. The positives are so many actually. So this is the chance which we have, and if we are able to be sober and utilize this opportunity, then it can give us eternal benefit. So Prabhupada says this, that Krishna consciousness can provide us the best benefit, best welfare activity. That's why we can give some people for some time something like food or clothing to a beggar or any good person also, but it won't help, because the real help is helping the soul to come out from the clutches of birth and death. He will die, he will again birth, die, again birth. It's very easy to say, but very difficult to have this realization of this fact. It is said that Divya Gyan Hriday Prakashito. So this Divya Gyan is Prakasha or revealed. It's never said acquired knowledge. It is said revealed knowledge by Prabhupada most of the times. So acquired, okay, I know this, I know this, I know this, I know everything. But it's not acquired, because knowing really means you are acting by it also. That is real knowing or real hearing. And you knowing just not means, okay, knowing means I know, but you don't follow. So that is not knowing actually. That is on a superficial platform. You know, but actually you don't know. So this knowledge is revealed to one who pleases Guru and the Vaishnavas, Hari Guru and Vaishnavas, and that's actually the goal of life. And if we simply try to do whatever devotional duties our spiritual masters have given us, and try to be humble and sincere, then by Prabhupada's mercy, by kind mercy of Nityananda Prabhu, Prabhupada, who was so merciful. Even people like us who are not qualified, like me, who are not qualified at all, can have a chance. Prabhupada says himself. One time Tamal Krishna Maharaj asked that this devotee, he again went to Maya. So Prabhupada said, so Prabhupada, will you accept him back? So Prabhupada said yes. So Prabhupada, if he falls down again you will accept him? Prabhupada said, yes. What, Prabhupada? So he said, you don't know the mercy of Nityananda. How much merciful is Nityananda actually. So and spiritual master is a representative of Nityananda. So he's so merciful, and it's all. That's why we say all glories to Srila Prabhupada. All by the glorious efforts of Srila Prabhupada, we thank him that even though we never could have imagined to wear dhoti kurta and talk about spiritual subject matters, even as Indian body, and wherever we are born, we could have never done it. But it's the compassion of a pure devotee by whose mercy we are reading and thinking about and trying to come out of this material way of life, keeping Krishna in the center. And I seek all of your prayers and blessings also, so that I can be sincere and practice Krishna consciousness without ulterior motives. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Prabhupada ki jai.